Murakami once said, "If you only read the books that everyone else is reading, you can only think what everyone else is thinking." I believe that books should not be banned in schools, libraries, and bookstores. It's important for our community to be aware of why books should not be banned, because reading is a way to expand people's knowledge so that they can learn about new ideas, people, and events that they wouldn't have otherwise learned about. After thoroughly researching reasons why books are often banned and challenged, I'm very comfortable with the process as well as the arguments that many use as to why books should not be banned. I've also sat and listened to a few school board meetings regarding the book banning situation in our school district, and I would love to share my findings with you today. I will be discussing what book banning is and the important week of Banned Books Week. I will also go over how banning books in our community prevents children's exposure to worldly ideas and how it is just simply unconstitutional. Book banning is the act of removing books or any type of literature from schools, libraries, and even bookstores. A book can be banned for many reasons, including offensive language, inappropriate for the age group, or even language suggesting sexually explicit material. According to an article by Banned Books Week in 2020, Banned Books Week is an annual event celebrating the freedom to read. It was launched in 1892 in response to a sudden surge in the number of challenges to books in schools, bookstores, and libraries. So now that we've explored what book banning is and the process behind it, let's take a look at why banning the books in our community prevents children's overall exposure. As McNeil puts it in his article from 2016, reading gives kids a safe place to explore the world and figure things out for themselves. They can try new identities, experience new cultures, learn new things about the world around them without fear or failure or embarrassment or danger. Reading about something that doesn't affect them or occur in their day-to-day life can open up conversations, helpful, healthy, useful conversations about the world around them. McNeil expresses the idea that the more books that children read, the better off they'll be. It opens up access for these children to have new experiences when they wouldn't usually. According to another article written by Ballard in 2012, Banned Books Week can also help lead to conversations within school communities about what can be modified to allow for improved opportunities and for students to engage and learn them successfully. This quote describes that Banned Books Week has the potential to lead to more conversations within school communities. The more text that students are exposed to, the more real-life opportunities they will have. Now that we know what book banning is and how banning books can prevent exposure of mature material for students, let's discuss why book banning is just simply unconstitutional. The Students in Brandon's Magazine article, written in 2011, believed that the board removed the books not because they lacked educational value, but because they offended the board's social, political, and moral tastes. The students argued that removing books for these reasons violated the First Amendment of speech. This quote is actually very similar to the same issue that our school board is faced with. Banning books became an argument between two polar opposites of social and religious values. As explained by Riggs in his 2012 article, PICO, which is a Supreme Court case, it is unconstitutional to remove books from library circulation, thereby denying students access to these books, simply because certain parents or school officials do not agree with the ideas that they contain. Riggs reported that removing books from circulation is unacceptable if it's solely because some parents or even officials don't agree with the book's content. So today we took a look at what the act of book banning is and how it limits students' exposure to the world around them, and how it's actually breaking the rules in the Constitution. The act of banning books in society should be stopped completely. Let's book on out of here and be the solution to this issue by informing others about this problem and celebrating Banned Books Week.